Hi friends, I have a Valentine craft for you today. We are going to make a pom-pom wreath. Isn't that cute? So cute. And it's made out of yarn, pom-poms that we're going to make ourselves, and paper towel rolls. Crazy, huh? You know, the underlying theme or guidance on my crafts here are trying to use as much as possible things you already have at home. So not to get everybody out and shopping. And so we are going to use 3 toilet paper rolls today. I already made a whole bunch of pom-poms, so it doesn't take too much time. And we need some scissors and a stapler. And that's about it. I did add a binder clip on the back to hang it up. I don't know if you can see that or not. I have that on the back so you can hang it up. And it looks really cute when it's hung up. But that's what we're doing. So you can also use whatever you have around the house. If you happen to have a heart-shaped form, you can get those at the Dollar Tree. You can do that. I'm just stapling these at the bottom. If you want to bend a wire hanger to shape, see how that works? As a heart, you can do that. Just think out of the box. This is not the most stable wreath, but when you hang it up, bending this halfway, it looks great and it's plenty stable. We've hung this one up for a couple weeks now at the office, and it did great, so it's definitely doable. So, I know, I was talking while I was doing this. Staple the 2 at the bottom, 1 staple. Bend your third one in half, and that's going to make your heart. And the pom-poms are the ones that make it round up. So anyway, put this bent one in between here and staple just like we did the bottom. So, let's get that up here. There we go. Just like that. And now we're going to staple this one. So that's the concept. You need a base for the heart, just like this. See? Can you tell that's going to be a heart? And now the more we mess with this, the more we bend it, the weaker the cardboard's going to get. So this is like so stable, more stable than my other one because I mess with it. But so stable, just like this. And it'll hang up great. You could put a hanger around it and hang it up instead of a binder clip, whatever you want to do. So now we got this part. Now we need pom-poms. So I made a whole bunch. Look, we're doing white and pink and red today. But this is a neat way I found to do pom-poms. So if you have a stool, something that you can wrap around. So a stool, if you have one of those stools at home or whatever, something that has 2 edges, it works great. So I'm going to show you with red, which is probably, on hindsight, not the best color to show you with because it's red on red, but you just wrap it around and tie it. So I'm wrapping around 2 legs. Whoops. And tying it on. So get around here, guy. Because you're just going to cut off the extra piece. So just tie it to secure. There we go. And then you're just going to wrap around. So for this first one, I just did red and white. And I did this. This is about 1 foot long. And so I just wrapped as many times as I wanted. And you can use any colors. This could be any kind of wreath out of these pom-poms. You can do all kinds of stuff. But today we're going to do a heart one for Valentine's Day. But it doesn't mean it has to be red and white and pink if you don't want to. It's whatever yarn you have around. So this first one I used all scrap yarn with, and I did this 3 times with the white and 3 times with the red. And when I showed you the wreath backwards, you can see the back was not covered all the way. You could totally cover all of it around. I didn't go that far with the craft. So I just did the front and the sides so that when it's hanging up, coming in the door, in the room, and out the room, by the door, you cannot see any of the heart out of the paper towel holders. So you want to make sure it's full enough to cover that. So look, see how much I've got here? The more you put, the fluffier your pom-pom's going to be. So then, I think this is good enough. I'm just going to cut it off and tie this part on. So we've just made a loop several times over to make these pom-poms. Now, so that's the fun part about this. We're going to make 8 pom-poms out of this. So I just need to cut some string. That's how we're tying it to the heart form. So I am going to cut string with enough left over to tie onto my form. So I'm just cutting these loops. So I need 8. So we're making 8 pom-poms. I might have cut more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I did that. I can't believe it. Wasn't counting. All right, so I have 8 strings. So I am going to tie off this 8 sections. So I'm going to put 1 here, 1 on each end, 1 over here, and then I'm going to split the difference. But you can evenly space it out. If you want some bigger and some smaller, you can do that. It's totally up to you. This is just how I get 8 out of one time going around with all of this yarn. And I'm just going to slide this around and do all my corners first. My ends here. So you want to keep this tight. Tie it around tight. See how easy this is? Now, you can do pom-poms just around your hands. You can wrap around your hands, or if you have scrap cardboard, you can wrap around cardboard to make pom-poms like this. But this stool idea, my goodness, I don't know who came up with it. I saw it on YouTube, but it's such a good idea to make the most out of your time. And it's not like we just need 1 or 2 pom-poms, right? We need a ton. So, yeah, I'm just tying it here in the corners. So here's a neat thing too with making the pom-poms. Say I want them all even. But I have one bigger, one smaller. Here in a minute when I cut this off, I'll show you. This string that I'm tying on slides. So you can adjust once we get it cut off. If I've got like 2 inches on one side and 1 inch on the other, I don't want an unbalanced pom-pom. All I have to do is scooch it. So it's a very forgiving craft. So the smaller you make your pom-poms, the less yarn you need. Oops. But the fuller they'll get. So if I'm making super big pom-poms, I need to go around this stool a lot. I need a lot to make it thick so it doesn't look wimpy. So anyway, I was going to show you with this white, and I will. But just cut in between 2 of these knots that you just created, and we get like a sausage of yarn. So we're finished with the stool. Whoops. We get a sausage of yarn. See? See how I'm not totally even all the way around? I was trying to go fast for the video, but let me show you. I don't have to do all of these. I'll just show you. All you have to do is cut in between where we tie the yarn. And here's the start of your pom-pom. And see how we are longer on one side than the other. We just scooch it with your fingernail and balance it up. And then here's the tie that I did. This is what's going to tie around my form. And then we just pull the edges up. And then what I did, see how they're not exactly even? I just trim them. Take my scissors, trim it. That'll make a little bit of a mess, but see? And then that's my pom-pom. And so I'm going to be holding it tight this way to tie around, and that's what they're going to look like. So let me cut one more. So when you're cutting these off of your yarn sausage, you need to make sure that your ties that we've tied on here are not, that you're not cutting your ties. You know, make sure you separate them out. So I just scooch it, hold it all together like this, and trim it. So that we're starting off as uniform as possible. Put it in my pile. We'll do another one. Now right here is where I tied the yarn on the stool. So that piece, we're just not going to use. It's going to come off. So you should have 2 knots in this yarn sausage from where we attached it to the begin with, and then when we ended the yarn. So you'll probably want to cut those out. But see, you take your ties and you make sure they're separated. See how quick this is working up? You could take your time. This is a neat thing you can do if you're watching your favorite show or listening to your radio, music, or program. You can multitask. You can do this while listening or watching something else. Awesome. So let me see. We'll see if that's enough. So I have done over here in my whole big pile. I'm going to set this aside and we'll use it if we need to. This is a big pile I did 3 times around with the white and 2 times around with the pink. And once in this pile with red, and this is the second time around with the red. So let's see how that works. See if we've got enough. I'm going to start with white. And so you just scatter it around where you want them. So you just start tying them on. So you can flip it upside down if you want. And just tie it on. And then they will scooch. So I've started right here in the middle, but I'm going to change my mind. Actually, I'll just scooch this up. I want to start with the ends so I can show you how this will work to round out the top. So I am just alternating my colors around. I have the least of red, so I will probably just accent with red. So white, pink, red. So I'm putting 3 up here at the top. Just like this. And see how I'm already rounding? And then you just move it because it totally is movable. See how that's already looking cute and round? And don't worry about these extra pieces. We're going to cut them off when we're finished. Same thing about the center here. I think, I'm pretty positive I put like 3 pom-poms on all of these ends. So I'm tying this tight so that it doesn't slide off, fall off, but it totally slides on the paper towel rolls. So you can adjust and make it look just the way you want it to look. And as full as you want it to look. So now, this is 2 pom-poms. Right here, see? Isn't that cute? And this is so sturdy. It's working out great. Let's see, I'm gonna put white here. I even have 2 kinds of white because I was using up just extra that I had laying around. So, and I think they look so cute. All right, let me start up at the top for this end. Let's get some pink in here. So actually at home, I don't do a whole lot of decorating for Valentine's Day, just a little bit here and there. This is going to be such a cute addition. Most of us probably have a little bit of yarn laying around to play with this. So all of my pom-poms are about the same size because I made them all the same way. But you can put little ones in there. If you wanted to, you could add a bow around it as it's finished, but I like just the pom-poms. I think it's so cute. I'm going to scooch this up to the top. See? I went over the edge there. There we go. See how it's turned out? Isn't that cute? So you can finagle. Let me start at the bottom where here so you can see what that looks like. You can spin it around and see what looks good. So I have one right at the base, just like this, to make my point, and then I'm coming in on the sides. I kind of flip back and forth. Some of it I'm doing with my heart upside down, face down, and some of it I'm doing face up. But once we get to the end, you probably want it face up so you can see what it looks like. And see how I'm scooching? I tied up higher, but I'm scooching it down. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, this is going to be adorable. I'm going to put red over here, I think. I think I'm partial to red. What in the world? I thought I'd be partial to pink. Now I keep getting drawn to the red. So it just fills out, just like that. So you just keep adding pom-poms. And so one thing you might want to do, let me do a side for you. We don't have to finish this whole craft. There's my tying in. Can't find my 2 ends. Here we go. Since we already have a finished product, but let me just show you what I'm talking about filling it in. So I am going to add a bunch just on the side. I'm going to show you how we fill in. So red, white, and pink. White. Get on there. Red. this one more on here. Alrighty. So then, I have a sleeve on here. So see how I've tied them all straight on. You can tell from the back. They're all centered in there. But what you'll want to do is move them to the left and to the right to fill in. Because you don't want to be able to see as you're walking by it. If it's on your wall or in your hallway or coming in your door. You don't want to see any of the form as you're walking by. So you can also see, I didn't put two whites together, but it looks like I did because of how I've offset them. So I'll probably throw in another pink right here just to make that look good. So you get most of them on here, just like this one section we're doing. And then you fill in. You shift them to the left and to the right. And you look at it and you say, see, that's cute. You spin that around. Just like that. So then when you're finished, you want to cut off all these strings. And look how sturdy this is. I'm just holding it. It's one staple at the point, one staple at the bottom to make your V, and then one staple up here on each corner to make this heart. And it's very, very stable with just this toilet paper rolls. So cute. And fun. It's actually quite relaxing. And I keep wanting to stop because you don't need to see me tying all these ties, but I don't want to. Because I'm having a good time. I'm sure there's some other work I probably should be doing. Isn't this awesome? So I hope you will take the time to do this at home and just enjoy yourself. Use what you have at the house. And be creative. So here's the one that I'm creating now, but here is what it's gonna look like. Super cute. Oh, it shifted while I might have to add some more palms over here. Shifted while I was traveling it. That's what we've got. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun, and I hope everybody gets some yarn and start tying some pom-poms and making yourself a Valentine wreath. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.